is your space. How do you cultivate plow your crops or plant when you do not have enough land or space to cultivate? This is Improved Seeds on your first agricultural television in Nigeria, ARCN. And I am Hilda Homsem Puantuam. Today's topic is cultivations in sacks. I know you must have been seeing it and you've been wondering how it is. We're going to educate you, or we're going to enlighten you today on the topic cultivations in sacks with my regular guest, a man who is never tired of coming over to enlighten us, Mr. Lawal Olushola Lawal, an officer, a farmer with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. Oh, welcome, Mr. Lawal.
Good day, madam.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Thank you for coming again.
You're welcome.
All right, before we continue, we'll go on a short break. And when we come back, we'll dive into the discussion and just sit right there if you want to learn more. Cultivation or farming?
Okay, sack farming is a concept of urban agriculture or urban farming. And these concepts allow you to farm in sacks, which is you can grow crops in the least expected place. So far you can get crops. So basically it's just growing crops in sacks. So you have a sack, you gather soil in it, you do your planting, you water, and you allow them to grow.
Wow.
So this is basically sack farming.
Now, sack farming, is it for every kind of crop, or are there particular types of crops that are being used or that are needed or they are being planted in sacks?
You can use it for variety of crops, but there are some limitations. So you cannot use sack farming for tree crop, for example. You cannot plant orange tree, pawpaw, all those kind, pineapple. You cannot plant a mango tree. So, but mostly, talk it vegetables, talk it what do we call it? Even some roots and tubers, potatoes, yam. You can do. So potato, yam. You can do so many. Pepper, tomatoes. You turkish, radish, carrots. So many things you
So
can
many
do.
things.
So many things you can
All
do.
right, let's use yam
For example.
for example
Okay.
now. Now, in cultivating yam in sacks, what are some of the process that one has to follow?
So let's take it holistically, but we'll be using jam for example.
Yes.
So sack farming, the most important thing is that you need a space. So when you have a space, maybe in your backyard, you live in a city where everywhere is interlocked. Your compound has been cemented. You still want to farm, so you have a space at your backyard. You are good to go. So the other thing you need is you need a sack, maybe a cement sack, a used cement sack, which has been washed. You also need, maybe if you cannot get down, you need a big nursery bag, polythene bag, big one that are meant for planting. We call them grow bag. So when you get that, the next thing you also need is topsoil. You import topsoil because don't forget you are living in a city.
Sure.
So you look for a place, maybe an abandoned land. You take a truck there, you pack topsoil because topsoil is very, very important. It contains plant nutrients. So you fill those bags with topsoil and you arrange them in your backyard. So one thing about sack farming is that you can do it at the convenience of your home. It gives you access to fresh farm produce because you'll be the farmer in that case.
Yes.
And you will not be giving yourself chemicals to it. You will not be spraying it anyhow. So you are rest assured that what you are planting is what you are hitting. So it reduces cost and so many other things. So after that, after filling your bag with topsoil, you do the arrangement and you decide on what you want to plant. So maybe yam, you get your yam set and you plant. And that is where management will start. So if you are doing it at your backyard, when the rain falls on them, they get wet and they start growing. So you apply fertilizer the normal way. You do picking of weed the normal way. But it has some advantage that is very, very interesting over normal cultivation. Now, in normal cultivation, the growth of weed is so much. But whereas in sack farming, it's reduced. That's one of the advantages. The another advantage about sack farming is that there's proximity. You can do it right at the back of your window.
Sure.
So you don't need traveling distance to go and check your farm. So it gives you that closeness to your farm and every other. And also it brings about security. If you have a plot of land or two plots of land at the back of your house that is fenced, you can actually do it. Nobody is going to disturb you. No animal is going to wade into your farm and hit your crop. So you can do it. And also, the most interesting part of it is that it maximizes the use of resources. Now, ask me how.
How?
The thing is that the amount of fertilizer you are going to be using in sack farming
Yes.
will be reduced.
Wow.
Yes, because the problem of erosion and runoff is taken care of in sack farming, is drastically reduced. And those are one of the things that wash away fertilizer and your input in the open field. When you are doing it in the sack, you will be rest assured that okay, the fertilizer you are applying will not be washed away. So it's kind of a cost reduction in that aspect. And the product is just the same way as the one
Normal.
obtainable. Yes, because you have soil. Soil is the medium of the growing, and you take care of them. They grow, they do well.
All right, that's interesting. So now, can you have sack farming in the large, large farm, like 5 hectares, 10 hectares,
Yeah.
and
You
it's
can
not difficult or it's not hard.
you can have it. The reason why I say you can have it is that uh, if you have like a 2 plot of land at the back of your house and it's fenced, and you want to do sack farming there, if you are doing sack farming there, the amount of yam you'll be able to raise will be more than the amount you'll be able to raise if you are planting on a 2 plot of land on an open field, because you'll be able to maximize your field, your space. You'll be able to maximize your space, and even if you want to go as big as you want it, it's also possible. Just that the issue of packing soil, filling, and everything. But basically, what sack farming wants to promote is urban farming.
Okay.
Yes, it wants to promote our self-sufficiency in food. What another thing sack farming wants to promote is that it wants to give us that responsibility that food production is not majorly for farmers. So far you are eating, you are also supposed to be growing some kind of food at your home backyard.
Sure.
Because as one of my friends will say, hunger is not seasonal. So also food production must not be seasonal. Unlike open field, if you don't have a borehole on your farm, irrigation set and everything, there's limitation on at which what you can do on the farm. But if you have a sack farm at your backyard, you can farm all year round. So far you have a source of water in your compound that you'll be using to wet them. So it gives you that leverage, making you a farmer all year round at your own convenience.
You've heard it from him. We'll go on a short break. Then we'll come back and find out, is sack farming operational in Nigeria, and what are some of the disadvantages that we go through? This is still Improved Seeds on your first agricultural television. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. This is still Improved States on your first Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television, and we're still talking about sack farming. Before we went on the break, we talked about how it is operational. It goes all round, and it's, you get to make use of your space. You don't need to have a big plot of land, or you don't have to go out to search for land to cultivate your plant. You can just have any kind of sack, cement or garden sacks. As long as they're strong enough, you make holes and add up to your soil and plant whatever kind of crops you want to plant, and it gives you the best result. All right, Sam, this type of farming, is it operational in Nigeria? What are some of the advantages and disadvantages attached to it?
Okay. To answer the first question,
Yes.
so it's operational worldwide. It's a global practices, and it's best used in the urban setting where there is a problem of access to farmland. So it's very, very operational, and this can be done in Nigeria, especially in the urban centers where there is no land for farming. So talking about the advantage and disadvantage. So the advantage are numerous. They are numerous because the number one advantage of it is that it has removed the burden of, oh, adding being, I have big land, I have expanse of land now. I'll be growing my own vegetable myself. I'll be growing my own small food myself. So it gives us the advantage of growing crop, growing food at our backyard. That is the number one. So the number two part of it is that it also helps us in saving some cost at the home front, because when you grow food yourself, you are saving cost of
course,
the one you'll be using. So, and it also helps family to keep in check their health, what they want to consume. At least they will be rest assured that, okay, this vegetable, we are the one who grow it ourselves. We know what went into the production, and definitely we are rest assured we are not eating chemicalized food. So those are the advantage of it. And also it's also provide income. It's provide income for people who don't have farm, who wants to do agriculture. Because if you do it on a very medium or big scale, you can take care of your home consumption and also sell to people. So it's a way of getting income also. So, but disadvantage, I've been really thinking of what could be the disadvantage of sack farming. So, because the only disadvantage I see, maybe not, because there are some crop, if you grow at your backyard, they tend to invite some kind of pest. So that's the only shortfall I can see to it. But apart from that, I don't think there's any other disadvantage. It's a nice concept, and to promote food sustainability, if everybody is growing a little portion of what they are consuming, at least hunger will be a thing of the past. So it's a very nice concept.
So what is the difference between sack farming and hydroponic farming?
So hydroponic is also a kind of backyard farming. Sack farming is another type of backyard farming. So in hydroponic, what is done in hydroponic is the growing of crop without soil. Yeah, sack farming, you are growing with soil, but at your backyard, inside the sack. But hydroponic, you are not using soil at all. What you are using is, you just, maybe you find a pipe, or you find a container, whereby you mixture of plant nutrient in the chemical form, in concentrate form, in liquid form. You mix it together. Those are the nutrients plants need to survive. Then you plant your seed in a very substrate form that is very close to the liquid. Then they start growing, and they start tapping nutrients from that water. So it's just growing of crop without soil, using nutrient culture. So that is hydroponic. We also have another one that is called there's another one that we call greenhouse farming. Growing of crop in an enclosed environment. That one can also be a kind of a backyard farming, but is a mainstream farming system now. So we have a whole lot of them.
This greenhouse farming too, can this sack farming also be enclosed in form of the greens?
Yes. In greenhouse, you can also do sack farming. So you can also do sack farming. You can do hydroponic in greenhouse.
In greenhouse,
yes,
and still gives you the best.
Yeah, still give you the best. The essence of green farming itself is to protect crops from external factors like excessive rain, excessive sun, erosion, and pests. So it's just like farming in an enclosed environment, farming in a room. That is greenhouse farming. Yeah.
It's quite interesting. What will you tell our farmers out there?
So my advice to farmers, and not only farmers, urban dwellers, people who live in the city. So it's not enough to leave the entire system of food production to farmers. You also can be a farmer, farming one or two things you'll be using in your kitchen, if not for sale. So, and sack farming is a concept of backyard farming that provides you this avenue. So I will implore us to take to take action in this direction, and also like at least grow some vegetable you'll be using. Not everything you'll be going to the market to buy. When you are taking care of some of your own need, your own problem in the food system has been reduced, and it can also be a source of income for you, especially in urban centers. We have cities, Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, whereby farming is not so because the unavailability of land. So this provide opportunity for you to do some kind of farming if you have flair for farming.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lowell. You're always giving us an insight on new topics.
Yeah,
We hope again to call you. I will hope again to have you.
definitely.
Thank you so much. You heard it all, how important sack farming is. Why don't you give a try at home? This is Improved Seeds on your first agricultural television in Nigeria. I am Hilda himself saying, keep watching and get some sacks and try something new, and you will testify to it. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawal.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
From all of us, is be good. Take good care of yourself. And cheers.